was smuggled here from the Philippines. Anyone else? You know, I wanted to make my mom proud for all the sacrifices she did bringing me into the U.S., so I became an actor. In an Asian household, the rice cooker is always on, and it is always full. We could have the California earthquake, the big one, and my mom would be like, "Leave it on!"
Hi, everyone! I love it when, especially cisgender women, compliment me on my arms. They'd be like, "You are so toned. What's your secret? Is it Pilates?" And I'm like, "Nah, sweetie, it's my balls."
Testosterone. I wanted a career in musical theater, and I was pretty successful, which for someone who looks like me means 9 productions of Miss Saigon. I went to China one time to do Miss Saigon. That means the people from China had to fly to the United States to find a Korean to fly to China to play a Vietnamese person. I'm a multi-purpose Asian.
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Asian American Eyes, an immigrant comedy special available right now on Prime Video and streaming soon on Tubi and Crackle on March 1st. I am Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I'm so excited, so delighted to have some returning friends, some new friends. We're going to have so much fun. I have Nicky Endres. Nicky Andre. Oh, I think I messed it up, but Nicky, I love you. Nicky, thank you for coming through. Felipe Figueroa, for the director for this comedy special. Here I am, brutalizing already. They're going to get me later, which is fine. I can take it. I'm sorry. Aidan Park, and as well as Ana Tuazon Parsons. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Thank you for coming back through.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Definitely. So a year ago, I want to say, I initially had Ana and Nicky come through to just give love as they started this journey, I want to say, right? Of letting the world know about this amazing piece of representation that is my heart. That is what I'm all about. And we spoke on it. We started this journey. We found out how this all kind of came together. And now I'm so excited to have this convo because so much we learn, you know, after through time, and also meet the amazing Aidan and Felipe to just add to that conversation. So let's start it off there. Let's start it way back. And since I didn't have you, Aidan and Felipe on at that time, let's tell me when Ana or Nicky or when everybody was reaching out, when this was all coming together and we want you on this team, we want to rock and roll this, we want to do this. How did that start? Let me throw it to you, Aidan, if we can start us off.
Please. Well, we all do comedy together. And so, I actually, Anna was like, oh, like, I want to do something. I want to create some it was her idea. And then she was like, oh, Aidan, like, maybe we should do something comedy-wise. And then we're like, oh, we need like a third person. And then we're like, okay, well, maybe Nicky. And so we brought Nicky in, and then we needed a director, and we brought Felipe in. It was really all natural, very natural. But Anna was our fire starter, if you will.
What was your thought about the idea to, like, you know, finally, you know, because you, as comedians, I know it's because I have a lot of comedian friends as well. Sometimes, like, we don't want to record our sets because, you know, then you feel like you're kind of not able to use those jokes again, you know, in certain respects. What was that for? Like, yo, Anna was like, Aidan, I need you. What was it like for you to, like, accept that and, you know, put, you know, a different part of your humor, or I don't know if you use the same jokes or what, you know, because that's a big thing, I know, with comedians.
Yeah. Actually, Anna knows this. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know, maybe. Right? But then, I mean, this got to be so much bigger than that any of us could have ever expected it to go. I thought it was like, oh, a nice fun project, you know. But like, it blew up. I'm so blown away, and I'm blown away by Anna. We met in 2009 as extras for Asher Roth's "I Love College." Okay, so this is a long journey to a win. So I'm so grateful to be on this journey, Anna, and I'm so happy that we're all doing this. Yeah,
I love it. All right, Felipe.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of comedians. How did you meet
Yes.
this amazing batch of folks and want to
Yeah.
get involved with this project? That thank you as an ally. You're not exactly Asian, right? You know.
Correct.
So
I am not.
you can pass
but
for Filipino, maybe.
Yes. Especially name-wise too.
That's right.
So being an ally to us to help us get our representation, which I think, to all of us matters so very much. What did you think about this project when it came your way?
Yeah, well, there's something I think that's starting to become really beautiful about diversity in all the aspects of this industry right now, and for myself as a writer and director, I want to push forward the idea that in the diversity exploration, there is universality. Like we all, at the end of the day, feel the same damn things. So when Anna talked about this, I think this was like late 2019. I actually met Anna in 2012, so we've been friends a long time. We met in an acting class that will go unnamed. When she came to me, I had just watched Hannah Gadsby's special on Netflix. And there was something so beautiful about this incredible human giving us jokes, and then a story with so much heart at the end that I wept watching. And I was like, what if we come at this with some heart? Like we go jokes, but there's always one thing that makes this human. Because, when we walk through life, everything's not funny like a 30-minute sitcom. Sometimes there's some tragedy. Sometimes there's some heartache. Sometimes there's some depression. And I think it was important to incorporate that so that these beautiful three-dimensional human beings could express themselves fully in front of that audience.
Agree. Thank you. I love it. All right, Nicky, I'm going to go to you now. It's been a minute. You've had an amazing show that was nominated for awards a little bit here and there. Congratulations. It's wonderful to see you again. What has this journey been like since our last convo about this and, seeing this continue and now releasing to an even wider audience?
I gotta just hand it to Anna's tenacity. It's really, as Captain, Admiral, fearless leader of our little troop. It's her initial vision and ongoing faith in the project and in our collaboration and quite frankly, our friendship, that she really, really believes it's not just worth it for us to get this special out there, but that it's necessary for all the things that we as artists stand for representation and diversity. And as Felipe mentioned, that universality in humanity and how we can empathize even with people who aren't exactly like us through in our special, we did it through comedy, through sharing the lived human experiences and recognizing that shared core stuff that we all have as human beings, even if we come from wildly different places.
So very true. I love it. All right. Oh, Captain. And I'm so excited to see you. You since became part of our Filipino Actors Barkada. Shout out to Fab. Got to work some acting muscles together with you. But this was your baby. How has this journey been now since we last spoke, of just spreading the word, and just so thankful for you on behalf of the Asian Americans watching this, of every stripe, of everything, thank you. For continuing to getting this out there and sharing it to the world. Tell me, how has it been? And I know you've been putting in those late hours and all of that.
Yeah, it's been I've learned a lot through this, and since the last time I talked to you, something I remember from our last conversation that resonated with me so much, Patrick, is that you said so many people are going to watch this and they're going to feel seen, and I was like, like that's exactly what I think we were going for, with this, along with the universality that it's also, even if you're not Asian, you're feeling othered or, depression or whatever. Like, so honestly, I'm still pinching myself. I can't, and shout out to Matt Levy at Desktop Entertainment. He believed in us. He picked us up. They are the distributors, and they got us on Amazon. And he shot me an email recently and said, "This is just the beginning. Hold tight. We've got more for you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So, I mean, I cussed probably, but I can't believe we're here, and I'm just grateful.
I dig it. So for each of you, so it's been playing now. We have it on Prime Video. It's coming soon to Tubi and Crackle. I'm curious some of the interactions or feedback you all have been getting since, now it's reaching more people, and what have those conversations been like? And as Ana brought up, I completely, and I still stand by it, so many people are going to feel seen by this. Have you had some of those interactions, and what has that been like? Let me bring it back to Aidan.
I was pretty, I'm pretty moved by how people seem to respond to our stories. Maybe I'm a little jaded, but I was like, people just want to laugh, whatever. Like, I approach this, in the creative process, I approach this pretty hard from a comedy end. I was like, all right, jokes, punch, 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 And then as the process went on, it was like, it became more like all right, like, let's bring more heart into it, more storytelling into it, and Felipe was instrumental in having that happen. Actually helped me craft my story. We had a certain story that I was going to tell, and then we switched it like 2 days before. You remember that? So it's interesting to me to trust that process of really putting your heart on the table without it needing to be punch, 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 punch. I'm surprised and moved by people caring.
I feel that. Because we try to lock ourselves down. Go ahead.
I want to tag along to that because Aidan said recently, and this is what happened, was this is his first time really coming out at all, being HIV positive. So it was so brave. And I mean, not just like doing it to an audience, but doing it on a special where it's going to get out there. It requires so much vulnerability, and it's just so honored and proud.
Yes.
Thank you, Ana.
So in regards to that, did it change you as a comedian now with having that? And as you said, it took a bit to let it be out there, right? Did after doing this now, did it change your comedy in a way now to open yourself up a little bit in different respects, Aidan?
Yeah. Well, actually, the whole HIV, coming out as HIV positive in the special, this was the first time I ever did that. And since then, I've been really kind of taking a more of a front-footed approach to coming out as HIV. And I say it wherever. I travel a lot to a lot of unexpected places like Montana or Kentucky or whatever to do comedy. And I put it in there. And I get I'm surprised by the kind of response it gets. People really are just people. And it's about framing, right? I'm not going to approach anybody with like, I'm going to educate you on what being HIV means. Like, we all know what it feels like to feel shame for our whatever past mistakes, or feel like there's something wrong with us or whatever. It's a human experience, and it's just HIV, and the Asian is just kind of like a lens through which people can reflect that. So it's pretty amazing to get like, veterans who have PTSD coming up after the show, who are, they're in camo, and they're just, these are people that I would never, and they go hunting, carrying arrows because it's an open carry state, And so these people are like, oh man, like, I know when I feel so crazy when I have PTSD, or oh, like I have suicidal ideation too. And it's the rawness of what we share can be a real connecting factor. And I think all of us do that. in this. And so, yes, it changed the way I approach comedy in a very big way. And so I'm grateful to Anna for that, actually. Yeah.
Well, as an audience member that have seen it, I'm grateful for you and thank you. I'm a big empath, and I think a lot of us really are empaths in a way. And when we can see people sharing that experience, we feel seen and we can feel connected and we feel strong and we can power through things. So thank you for being so strong and sharing. Felipe, for you, ally in this game. My same question that I'm going to be, tossing everybody. What has, post its release and now is it coming out, the interactions you've been having with folks and your participation in this project?
Yeah, you said earlier that people are going to feel seen, and that's the big idea. I think that when we as artists allow ourselves to be seen, it gives other people the permission to express themselves fully. Oh, look, Nicky is there, Aidan is there, Anna's there. Now I can. If there's one young kid watching a special like this that says, you know what, they did it, I can do it myself too. We have all done our jobs. We have done what we came here to do, and it's to touch people. And I think that comes from that place of, I'm going to share, and whatever happens for you as a result of me sharing, it could only be good. It could only be good. And then it gives you the power to go and share. Because what we're all craving is connection. I mean, what we're all craving is to be seen and to be heard and to be loved. And this artistic expression with these three amazing human beings is like, this is me, this is my love, and I share it with you. So yes, when we shot the special, I cried in the back because these people shared with such bravery and such gusto, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to share in those passionate stories. I was talking to a dear friend of mine this morning. She's a white actress, and she was talking about how she's just so excited to see the increase in Asian American representation in film and television and commercials themselves. And she was remarking how, like, even a couple of years ago, she said, I don't even think I saw an Asian person in a commercial, like right before pandemic. And so I feel like all the world is starting to come together to help push forward this growth of a rainbow colored, as in people, as in LGBTQ, diverse, beautiful, actually human landscape. And I'm so glad that this is helping do that.
Hey, let's go. Love it. Excellent. Thank you, Felipe. Nicky.
Yeah.
You're doing your show, you're killing it, and I think earlier as well, you said you're doing some audio books out there, killing that as well. But also you have this project that is so dear, so special. What has some of the feedback been to you, and how has this changed you in different ways or at all?
For me, because this was my first, I was brand new to comedy in 2019. So this was like my thesis project from like all of the things that I had been learning. And credit to Aidan, who, started it off in my soul just, a little time previous. So for me, this journey has kind of been everything, because I was so green coming into it. I would say some feedback that's really touched me is very similar to what's already been shared, in terms of people saying that they feel seen, and that our stories resonate with their own lived experience as Asian Americans or other people of color or LGBTQI people. For me personally, it also has really crystallized for me what my artistic voice is.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been able to find success in the other avenues of performance in my career, being able to have that clarity and let people know, I want to be an advocate. I'm an advocate for LGBTQI folks, for Asian Americans and other people of color. I'm sex positive, and I really want to always be punching up instead of punching down. And so one piece of feedback that was a little uncomfortable for me, but also proved to me that I am on the right path for myself, is I was DMing a friend of mine who's also Asian. And she's like, oh, great special. It was so funny. We laughed, we cried. And I'm like, girl, I need to tell you something. There's a joke in there about dog meat. I've rewritten it. And she's like, oh, good. Because I was about to say to our mutual friend, do you think Nicky would be receptive to a little bit of sensitive and positive feedback? And I'm like, girl, I beat you to it. We are on the same page. I'm like, it's the first time I ventured into that. And what I learned from this situation is just because we may have a lived experience or come from a certain culture or ethnic background, we still can't shortcut making art from the truth of ourselves by relying on stereotypes, even if it's going to make the white people laugh at us. And so for me, that joke, it wasn't bad.
What was it? What was it?
I'm talking about. Listen. I'm talking about it a lot because it's important to me. In the special, I make a joke about coming with a Korean cookbook, which is true, and then the punchline is something about because the translation was like how to prepare, as in prepare food, but like how to prepare your new baby, prepare them for like a different culture. So like I use that play on words to be like, oh, prepare my baby as if to eat them because it's absurd and LOL. But then I attribute that to, oh, what am I? A dog. I'm a human, not a dog, right? So to me, at first, and I tried to justify my way around this by doing research and like the history of eating dog meat in South Korea and all this shit. Like I was sincere, like from the beginning. But what I learned from that is it never quite sat right with me because I personally do not have anyone in my life who, has any lived experience with that. And simply doing research. If I would have asked you, Aidan, then maybe we could have.
I didn't know.
Maybe we could have crafted something that worked together. But that wasn't my thing. So it just in honor of myself and my siblings of Asian heritage and East culture, I think it's important to be talking about the mistakes that we make along the way as much as the successes, because I'm not ashamed. Made a bad call and I've learned from it and I'm talking about it now, because I think that if we take away the shame and the fear of getting something wrong or something now, like the new version of the joke is great. We did it at a comedy festival and everyone agreed it was a good rewrite. But guess which version is the one available on streaming platforms for the whole world to see? Not the rewrite. So, but like, I'm okay with that. It's there. It's living there. I'm still proud of the special. I'm proud of us. But I still think it's necessary to talk about these things because there's something that I've always encountered, both as an adopted person and as an Asian person and as a queer and trans person. Sorry, my thing's falling out. Is that pressure to have to be a model minority, a model exceptional other. And I call bullshit on that. But if I am going to model anything, it's going to be how to apologize sincerely and grow even when it's messy. And that's really what I want, because I'm sick of trying to, as an advocate, be some glowing example of what it is to be totally woke and be perfect and have it all right and never get it wrong. I have made mistakes on social media and I've kept the receipts for myself just so no one else can blackmail me on them in the future. Let me tell you, I think we got to own our shit, and because we only grow once we're honest, So I've learned all of that from this one little special. I've learned how to write a joke. I've learned how to rewrite a joke. I've learned how to frame a joke in the broader brand of my artistic voice. So thank you to all of you, without whom I may just have gone to a comedy class and never written since.
Oh man, love you, Nicky. Oh, thank you for all of that. I love that. All right, Ana, this is your baby. Lessons. I'm sure you're getting most of it in a way. As our captain of this project. Tell me some of that. Do you cringe at yourself with anything from it? Tell me.
So for the record, Nikki, my first set ever, I made a dog joke too. So I think that's maybe just, I don't know what it is. You just go, yeah. Anyway, so I hear you, and I'm also trying to punch up. So the feedback has been wonderful. What's been surprising to me are family members reaching out to me who I wouldn't normally think would watch this necessarily because of whatever reasons, religion and whatever, and then texting me and saying, oh my gosh, it's so heartfelt and so wonderful. I got a message from my Tita Glow in Australia, and she said, we loved it, but we're mad that you made fun of Albert and not fun of us. Make a joke about her. I was like, okay, next time. But yeah, it's all been, and also this has been pretty universal, is everyone saying that the rice cooker is always on. So every Asian's like, yes, oh my God, I totally get that. So the universality of this whole thing has been wonderful. And mostly what's meant a lot is people saying how heartfelt it is and how moved they are. Not just like, it was so funny, it really moved me, it made me cry. So I'm like, that's what I wanted. So
I dig that.
Yeah, like that's our real goal, right? Make you laugh, make you cry. Oh, and if we do like representation and stuff, that's good too. Like
Guilty.
I love it. Y'all, again, everybody checking this out right now. My viewers checking this out, viewing this amazing conversation, this roller coaster of emotions that you'll go through. I've laughed, I cried, is available on Prime Video and will be launching on Tubi and Crackle on March 1st and other platforms, I'm sure, because we want to spread this to the world. My last question before we sign off up out of here. Again, so thankful for you all joining me and sharing and giving of this energy is we got this. I've known about it, for a year, obviously, and we're talking about it again now. Can we get a part 2? Ana.
Listen, anything is possible. We didn't think you could get this far. So, anything is possible. Nikki can rewrite her jokes. I can now make jokes that might be the glow instead of Albert. I mean, who knows? Anything is possible.
Let me see if we can get the director on board because let me get that squared away.
Yes.
Would you be down for a part 2 special, Felipe?
Oh, hell yes. There's more to play with. So much more.
All right, Ana, we got the director. Aidan, are you willing to come back?
Sure. Yeah, sure. This is what happened last time.
As always, a reluctant one.
Nikki, can we get you back?
yes.
All right, Ana, you've heard it from everybody else on here. They're down. So the audience is ready. I'm ready. I want to feel these vibes again. And I will continue to feel these vibes because we can tune in on Prime Video and as well soon on Tubi and Crackle. So excited. Again, thank you all for your time. Before we get up out of here, I want to send my love. Appreciate you guys. And everybody checking this out right now. I'm going to have the links to everything in the description below, to Felipe, to Nikki, to Aidan, and to Ana. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Cheers.
Asian American Eyes is available right now on Prime Video. Coming soon to Tubi and Crackle. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Love you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go.